A very good morning to you this morning. Welcome to the Morning Outlook. I'm Rachel Jones and you're watching Kalkine TV live from Sydney. Now today, Australian shares are expected to open lower, tracking weak cues from Wall Street. According to the latest SPI futures, the ASX 200 is expected to open a day 8 points or 0.1% lower. Yesterday, the Australian share market dropped in the afternoon session. That's as major banks weighed heavily on the market. At the closing bell, the S&P ASX 200 was 0.7% or 51 points lower at 7,370. Across the sectors, 6 out of 11 closed in the red. Financials fell 2.7%. They were the worst performer. Meanwhile, technology was the dominating sector, up 1.6%, followed by utilities, up 0.9%. Shares in the Commonwealth Bank tumbled 8.3% yesterday. That was following their quarterly update. This led other major banks to follow, with ANZ closing 2.1% lower, the NAB closing 1.3% lower, and Westpac closing 1.6% lower. Let's look at some business news from today now. Agriculture chemical company Nufarm was the worst performing stock yesterday, dropping 8.6% on its financial year 2021 results, despite having an increase in earnings. Turner's Automotive Group delivered strong earnings growth in the half year 2022, and that was despite COVID-19 lockdowns disrupting their second quarter. Revenue was $166.8 million. That was up 13%. And NPAT is up 26% at $16.9 million. The used car market remains resilient. That's proven better than expected consumer demand during the lockdowns. The second quarter dividend was declared at 5 cents per share, up 25%. And in other news today, Treasury Wine Estates has reached an agreement to acquire Frank Family Vineyards in the United States. The sale is set to be around $434 million. Frank Family Vineyards is a highly acclaimed luxury wine business based in the Napa Valley in California, with a long-term track record of delivering strong revenue and EBITS growth, in addition to EBITS margins in the range of 35 to 40%. Now, the portfolio is highly complementary to Treasury Americas, filling a key portfolio gap for luxury Chardonnay. And Aristocrat Leisure saw increased earnings before interest, tax, depreciation and amortization, up 43% to $1.5 billion in the year to the 30th of September. The group maintained its market-leading investment in game design, development and technology in the period, allowing it to grow share to core interests and adjacencies with its diversified portfolios of top-performing world-class games and products. Well, now it's time for a very short break, but stay tuned for more news set to affect the trading day.
Hi there, James Preston for Kalkine TV. Are you into gaming and virtual reality? Does AI and the endless possibilities it entails capture your interest? Or are you constantly trawling through the web to try and discover the latest updates and innovations in the tech space? Well, let us do the work for you. From the latest product launches to shocking affairs on the World Wide Web, exclusive interviews and information about the top companies like Apple and Google, to brand new tech startups vying for your attention. Kalkine's Tech Beat has the latest in what matters in the world of technology. Join me every single Thursday on the Tech Beat, exclusive to Kalkine TV.
Welcome back to the Morning Outlook Report. I'm Rachel Jones and you're watching Kalkine TV. Now on Wall Street in late trade, the S&P 500 lost 0.2%. The Dow Jones was down 0.6% and the Nasdaq fell 0.2%. In Europe, the Stoxx 50 was flat, the FTSE was 0.5% lower, the DAX was flat. Inflation worries pushed investors to safe haven gold. So we saw spot gold rise 0.8% to $1,865 an ounce. Oil prices came under pressure due to oversupply warnings and also rising COVID-19 cases. The two major crude benchmarks fell to their lowest closing levels since early October. Brent crude lost 2.7% to $80.17 a barrel. US oil lost 3.3% to $78.07 a barrel. Iron ore was up 1.2% to $91.08 a tonne, and Bitcoin is slowly making its way back up 0.4% to $60,390. And that was written on at Bitstamp. Now, inflation worries pushed all investors to the safe haven gold. That's all for our morning outlook report now here on Kalkine TV. Have a great day trading and stay tuned for more market updates and economic news live throughout the day. I'm Rachel signing off for now.